welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Celeste and I do true crime, conspiracy theories, and just some random videos. I'm going to jump into today's video. We're going to be talking about the updates in the Lori Vallow case. And there has just been so many different things going on. And I feel like doing this video, I'm going to have to do another one because there's just been so many updates recently. So, starting last week, we obviously know that the children have been found, and it's very unfortunate. They are not alive. They were found deceased in Chad Daybell's backyard. They were buried, and I don't know, there's just been so many things going on. They are currently doing autopsies on them, so we don't know exactly what happened yet. So there will be another update video, but it's so sad. It breaks my heart that these two kids were killed. I had a feeling it was gonna be the outcome, but you know, we could have just hoped that this wouldn't have been the case. So the remains of the children were found on January 9th, and on January 10th is when Chad Daybell was arrested. So the cops showed up at his place on the 9th at 7 a.m. with a search warrant, and that is when they found the bodies. And I was really confused on what made them go and search his house. Like, I'm sure a lot of people wanted it done, but what was the motive behind it? How did they get this search warrant? And it turns out that one of his neighbors, so his name was Matt Price, and he told the police that the Daybells were having really suspicious bonfires. There was one in the fall and two in the spring, and he said they were just really unordinary and not something that they usually do. And I guess it was cause for concern because these bonfires were up to 10 feet high. So there was just something really weird. And the spot in which these bonfires were actually being burned was exactly where the bodies were found. So that's how they got the search warrant to proceed to go and investigate and search Chad Daybell's home. So Chad Daybell is being charged with 2 felony accounts of destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. And he is currently in jail, and he has a $1 million bond. And of course, there's going to be a lot more things popping up later when we find more information and he's going to court and all that, but it's so crazy that they've been there the whole time and nobody knew. So we're going to talk about how Chad and Lori got together and how he kind of put it into her head that they were reincarnated and they were once married in their past life. Well, I just found out apparently that Chad has done this previously with another woman, possibly 2 women, before Lori, while he was still with his wife, Tammy. So according to a source whose name is Roe, she actually says that she would constantly visit Chad and Tammy once every 2 months, and apparently she had to stop seeing them, and this was because Chad told her that Tammy was getting jealous that she was coming over and they had to stop. And I don't know the reason as to why she would come over or how she knew them or anything like that. I just know this was the case, and it turned out that she also said that Chad had told her previously that they had been married in a past life, and that he actually told multiple other women that as well, and there was one in particular he was texting even before he met Lori. So he was going behind Tammy's back and possibly talking to other women, and apparently Chad even made sexual advances toward Roe. So it was also said that 3 years before Tammy had died, Chad actually told this person named Roe that he had a vision that Tammy would die in a car accident. And apparently he hadn't shared this information with anybody else but Roe, and I don't even think Tammy knew about this. And I think it was 3 days before Tammy died, Chad had talked about he cannot move forward with his plan until Tammy is gone. which is very suspicious. And they are still doing an autopsy on Tammy. I'm sure they finished it already. They are not releasing it to the public, but I'm very interested to find out what happened. But I did find out that Tammy and Chad's daughter, Emma, actually was the one who found Tammy dead. So she found her on the bed, and apparently she had this pink foam coming out of her mouth, and that just doesn't seem like natural causes to me. Apparently, pink foam is also associated with pulmonary edema, and if you know the case a little bit more in depth, you know that Alex Cox, Lori's brother, also died of pulmonary edema. He also had a blood clot. So that just seems really suspicious that the two died of almost the same thing. And how is that a natural cause of death with pulmonary edema, like foam coming out of your mouth? That just doesn't seem natural. And I guess some of the causes of that is, not really being healthy and having fluid in your lungs and something with your heart. But it doesn't make sense because Tammy was very healthy and very active. Before she died, she was actually training to be, to do a marathon. So that just doesn't seem like the type of person that would be having pulmonary edema. So hopefully they find out the truth soon. So we're gonna take a step back for a minute and talk about the kids and their death and everything again. And from a source, it was actually said, and we all know this already, that Chad had multiple predictions about what would be happening. Like we know previously, he predicted that the world's gonna be ending, sometime soon. And that's why they weren't worried about all this. Well, now it is also said that Chad actually predicted, or he thought that the two kids were possessed by evil spirits, or so-and-so called zombies. So he had convinced Lori that this was the truth, and that the two kids were now possessed by these evil spirits and there was nothing they could do about it. And he also predicted that there was going to be this giant earthquake that was going to hit, and when the children go missing, no one's going to really look for them anymore, because this earthquake is going to be so big that that's what they're going to be consumed by, is by this huge earthquake, and everything is going to get messed up, and that's what everyone's attention is going to be on. And so his thought was something needs to be done about these kids. So I'm assuming, this is my thought, that they killed the kids together. I don't know how, but they both probably did this, since he told Lori that they're possessed and she believed him. He convinced her, so they probably killed the kids together. And Chad was previously working as a grave digger, that he actually really liked his job, and so this is exactly what he did. After they killed the kids, they dug a grave in his backyard and buried the children, and they had those bonfires. And in his prediction, he thought, you know what, the world is going to be ending, and not only that, there's going to be a huge earthquake. There's no need to freak out, because no one's going to find the kids, because they're going to be so worried about this earthquake and the world ending. So we are fine. And that is where we are at right now. It's absolutely insane that people actually think this, and it's just so sad. I'm not saying that you can't get possessed. I don't really know. I've never seen it or anything, but I'm sure something else could have been done. You do not need to go and kill these children. Their beliefs are just so strong, and I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and like I said, there are going to be multiple more updates that are going to be coming as soon as new information gets put out there. So I would really appreciate if you click that subscribe button and that thumbs up if you like this video. But until next time, I will see you guys. Bye.